coming up to the stage right now, we have the none other, Vanilla Honey.
Hi everyone, can you hear me? Everyone can hear me? All right. I want to thank this space. I want to thank Queer Abstract for having me here, and I want to thank all the beautiful people for coming with open hearts and ears. I do this thing where I try not to write about love, and everything I write turns into a love poem anyway, so I'm fully embracing it. I have two pieces that I'm going to share with you tonight. The first one is called Heritage. Most often, the people who question my Asian heritage are Asian. Most often, the people who question my Korean heritage are Asian. Most often, the people who try to erase my Korean heritage are Asian. The most recent question, do you even count? Do you even count? But these are not the words I heard. What I heard was far more violent than syllables lazily slipping off a tongue. What I heard attempted to erase bloodlines of generations far beyond the oceans running through my veins. What I heard erased my existence and those of every Korean woman before me who gave birth with the hope that their child would breathe the stories of their ancestors back to life with each inhale and exhale they could afford to give. My mother came here when she was 16. She lost both her parents by the time she was 10, but there was never a question of blood. That was to be passed, and their stories, her story, was to be reborn in me. They tried. They wrapped her up in red, white, and blue as her feet freshly planted into new land. Upon entering this country, she already knew what she was taught to dream, what lane to walk in. They dipped her in white waters, tried to wring out all the blood she carried with her. But you cannot bleach blood once it has stained. There is no washing tough enough to undo heritage. Dear mother, dear Amma, one day I will have to write a poem in the form of your eulogy. But I will not reflect on these poisons. I will not think of these questions coming from those who look just like you, me, us. I know you existed. Your story is written into my complexion like honey drizzled over vanilla ice cream. It is written into my brown eyes, the ones you gave me. It is braided into my hair in black silk font and the smile we share. Thank you for pouring your blood into me. Thank you for making me the ocean of a woman I've become, for nurturing my waves, for teaching them how to crash. This is more than blood. 사랑해요. 사랑해요. Thank you. The second piece is called Home. You know how to snap, right? You guys are quiet. I know this is dark, but let me know if you like what you hear. You never asked me if I'd like to be your home. You just placed your suitcase at my feet and you promised that you'd stay. So I made room for you. I planted a grave inside myself for you. I asked you, wouldn't you prefer to unpack? You said, we'll talk about that the morning after. Let's rest now. I've been traveling. So I swallowed my patience and prepared for breakfast. Spoonfuls of silence from empty bowls. That's what we always did before the burial. I should have noticed the road maps carved into your palms, like an escape plan etched into soil. I never asked for these markings, I bet you'd say. Fingerprints are written in sacred script, unique and untouchable. I suppose that's how we were able to get so close, yet I never felt you. You treated my vagina like a door, like a portal, something you could unhinge, something you could walk through to reach your next destination. I was your next destination, a warm place to crawl through. A reminder of the safety you keep searching for between the thighs of whichever stranger you choose that night. Call her home, but it's all so familiar again. These walls, these arms wrapping around you like willow branches, rocking you to sleep, this smile, looking down at you, this motherly grin. You sucked on my name like a pacifier before you'd come, in order to prevent yourself from screaming, "Mom," because it's all so familiar again. This room, these walls, the last place you felt secure, that you felt at home. You never asked me if I wanted to be your home. You just saw a flashing vacant sign in the distance and pulled off at the next exit. You filled me. You built me up like I was your first, like you were my first. You were my first love, but you never asked if I was ready to bury you, if I was ready to carry you inside me. You never asked if I wanted this abortion, if I was okay with you crawling outside of me, if I had prepared for your departure. But you just got here, I said. But I never unpacked, you said. But I asked you, I said. I asked you. Have you forgotten where you came from? Have you forgotten where you came from?